Alright guys, today is a special day. I'm going to be making my first investment in physical metal and pledge to invest around 80 to 100k, and Singapore is the best place to do it. This is why I fly all the way here from Bangkok to Singapore to buy some gold bar and silver bar to protect ourselves against inflation. This video is definitely not a financial advice. I'm not an advisor or claim to be one. But if you have your stock, bond, and you have your crypto, and you have your Rolex here, next steps is to invest in some precious metal, okay? So I'll walk you through my thought process. Number one, why Singapore? And number two, why gold and silver? Because precious metal is actually quite a lot from my research. There's nickel, there are platinums, but I'm just gonna buy gold and silver. Because if you don't know anything and you just want to buy and hold, the top thing is going to be like the one that everyone else is buying. Singapore is kind of positioned itself like the central hub, like Switzerland in Europe. A lot of millionaire and billionaire out there park their assets, park their money here. So, it's very neutral as well. That is not leaning to one side when it comes to conflict. And this is why people like to invest in it. And if you look over the course of history, Singapore have been a very young country, but their dollar and their central bank are doing really, really well. And if you have a habit of just like speaking to a lot of rich people, they either park their money in either Dubai or Singapore, like these days. The other reason is that Singapore offer no capital gain tax when it comes to investment like this. So in the future, if the investment that you make gone up by like $1 million and you want to sell it out, you want to cash out, there's not going to be any tax on this. And it's very foreigner friendly because again, it want to attract foreign investment, right? Personally for me is that Singapore is really close to Thailand. It's like 2-hour flight and it costs like $100 to get here. So if you want to do anything, you want to change your mind, you want to sell, you want to buy anything, you could just get here very quickly. See right there right now at the shop, look very, very pretty. Silver bullion. Alright guys, that was very pleasant experience. This is why I think it's better just to fly out here and meet them in person. She was very professional. Everyone was really helpful. Get to ask a lot of questions. Unfortunately, we can't film. Obviously you expect it to be to not film. That was a very pleasant experience. I bought a souvenir here, 1 silver coin just to bring back home. The girl that was serving me, Rita, she was very professional. Her English is very good because English is the main language here. There was a lot of process that I wouldn't have known if I were to do it online. Just scary doing stuff online by yourself. There's just a million questions I had and she was there taking care of everything. And so yeah, they make a few bucks from the actual gold price and that's how they make a living. Everyone should be profitable. We at the head office in silver bullion, and this is called the Reserve. It's 10 minutes from the Changi airport. People here are just so professional, and just look behind me. Like, this facility is top notch, and the only reason why there's no one here is because this facility only accessible to staff and investor, people who actually buy stuff in here that get to chill in here. I end up buying one more bar. They don't let me hold it right now. It just goes straight to the vault. However, I want to touch base on this video. You said why do you even have to fly to Singapore and buy gold and buy silver? Why can't you just buy it online? Now the reason for that is that the gold and silver that you buy online, guys, are not the same. I'm gonna put this picture up on the screen right now that they actually explained. Obviously you could just verify this with ChatGPT and Google. Is that when you buy gold stock in your phone, it's pretty much IOU certificate, right? So some company out there, they would write you a certificate of IOU. Right, so I owe you this amount of gold, and it's not necessary that they actually have those gold bar in place. Sometimes, depending on the country, the policy, or the nature of those private funds themselves, they could actually issue more gold certificate, which is the IOU certificate, more than the actual gold they have. It's kind of like printing money. It's kind of like the US government printing money, right? So they would just print more paper money than actual gold in the vault. This is kind of like the same thing. So if you're buying gold in a sense that you want to protect yourself as a hedge against inflation, buying stock gold is kind of like money, because the people that issue you IOU certificate not necessarily have gold in stock. Right? Now the problem with the IOU certificate as well is that you don't really own the asset. You just own a credited IOU certificate from this fund. So this private equity or the bank or whoever that's selling you to it, they are the actual owner of this asset. They just give you a piece of paper saying I owe you. So technically you don't own the gold or the silver that you buy as a stock. And when it comes to like the hard asset, it's totally different because first of all, you actually own a bar, so it's 1-for-1. If everybody in this facility decides to come and withdraw their bar, they would have it because they backed it 1-to-1. However, with the IOU, if everyone tries to sell their stock gold at one time, they would not have. Alright guys, I'm here in Da Nang and I want to update with you the total investment that I made in Singapore. I got this new bracelet, right, which is a 24 carat, I'm not sure if you could focus on it, 24 carat bracelet. And again, it's not much of a jewelry, it's much of an investment as my intention to invest in precious metal in Singapore. Right, now I want to explain, again, like not a financial advice, I want to explain the difference between buying a gold bar and buying a bracelet like this. Now this is 24K, so that means for those of you who don't know, it's a pure gold, jewelry. So this is like literally doesn't mix with any other thing. So 18 karat and 9 karat does have a mixture, but 24K bracelet means that this is 100% gold, right? So the price of it is kind of like the bar. But when you sell the box, you're going to get a little bit of a discount because this is not the gold bar. Gold bar is still going to be a little bit more liquidated. Like gold bar is just going to be easier to sell. But jewelry like this, the reason why I'm buying this one is because that you can actually go in and out of the airport, pretty free around the planet, right? No one's going to question you the value of this. You can just go inside and outside. But if you bring gold bar and gold coin, mostly you have to declare that you bring gold into the country and you got to pay tax and duty. If you don't do that, you might get caught and then they might confiscate your gold, and that's a really expensive mistake. So if I want to buy something and bring it back to Thailand, right, and just have it around me as an asset that I can wear, like honestly I'm not going to wear this with gold bracelet like this. The more you wear it, the more it's going to get worn, and every time it gets worn, like when you do stuff, it's just going to get scratched and a little bit of gold just going to get rubbed off because 24K gold are really soft. When you do stuff, it might get rubbed off on other things. And in total I'm going to be spending close to 100K. I think it was 70K with the bar and silver that I store directly in Singapore, and this is another 20K, so close to 90K. But with all the storage fee, the admin fee, the flight tickets and all that stuff, probably add up to 100K. So this is going to be like 100K that invests directly into Singapore for my precious metal asset, and hopefully it's going to grow in the future. It's definitely going to grow in the future. Like look at the gold and silver appreciation graph in the last 100 years. You see exactly what I mean, right? It's been inflated in January 2026, then it just dropped off because it's correcting itself. Again, not financial advice, but if something go up really fast, it's normally going to come down to correct itself, right? So I'm just buying at a time where it's actually dipped right now. I really have a strong belief that you have to have some kind of a hard asset to hold alongside with equity stock like Tesla, Apple, Nvidia and all that stuff. Those are things that you can't touch. And emerging markets and all that stuff like India, Vietnam and Malaysia, those are emerging markets, right? Emerging market gonna take longer, but this is gonna be my last piece. And one thing about buying gold as well is that when you buy jewelry and gold bar, that's what we call a markup price, or we call a premium price. Premium price is basically how the gold shop make money, right? So let's say the price of gold today is $1,000 per ounce. So the gold shop will go if I sell you in gold bar, it would be 2 or 3% markup price. So that spot price, which is today price plus 2%, that's what they sell you. And they would keep that 2% as a profit to the shop, right? That's how gold jewelry shop works. With jewelry, it's normally 10 to 15% because jewelry actually take labor to actually turn gold into something that's wearable. So that's how jewelry shop make money, right? They have this premium price. Like with coins, it's anywhere between 3 to 5% because it's harder to make coin than bar. Bar is just a block. So that's why the bar markup is only 1 to 2%. That is why bar is the most logical asset to just buy and invest, right? Because you're paying the least markup to own that gold. And then next step would be coin. So the most expensive bar, which is the 1 kilo gold bar, which is 150K USD right now, that is have the least markup. That's 0.59% markup. So it's easy to make and it's really expensive, so the markup just going down. When it comes to jewelry, there could be a chance that it could be a counterfeit, meaning it's just gold plated on the outside, but it's not really real gold. So This is why I went to the shop. I asked a lot of questions, and you know, I used to be a jeweler myself. When I touch gold, I have a sense of familiarity that I actually touch gold. You have to look closely through that magnifying glass to see place that it's being worn down and see the inside of it still yellow, right? And we also do the laser gun that actually shoot laser into the gold and read the laser that coming back. You know, Singapore they have a very strict regulation as well. That's also helped. Definitely, I probably wouldn't buy something like this off a street in like some country that I wouldn't know. Singapore have a very good reputation. Even though it's a small shop, a family-owned shop, we do a few tests. I am a jeweler. I know where to look for. So that is another 20K on the wrist. And all in all, I like how it looked on me. As you can see there, I got the Rolex and the gold bracelet. It looked really, really good. It feels really good. It feels really solid. So, all right, guys, this is the closing of the video. If you like this video, let me know. Drop a comment in the question. And if you want to know how I make my money, I make an absolutely free course, how I help business owner automate their business with AI agents and use that money to invest in something that is appreciating, that giving you return in the future to secure your financial freedom. So this is Rico. I'll see you in the next one.